And we are live here, Caffeine and Exotics at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Hi, I'm Will Rigdon alongside Steven Newbold. We've got Pete Manzolillo down there walking around the crowd right now. Steve, we're here for another show. What's going on?
Man, it's kind of toasty today.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting it to get this warm this fast.
Yeah, no, a lot better. Well, we're sitting in the sun right now.
Yeah, we're kind of cooking. The sun's directly behind us.
Yeah, we're just a couple of lizards up here just baking in the sun. But we've got our third amigo down there, Pete Manzolillo, walking around. He'll be chiming in all day, interviewing some of the cars we got. This is our second Caffeine and Exotics. I don't know if anybody at home remembers, but we were out here about the same time last year. Pretty fun turnout, and hoping to have a similar show here today. A lot of interesting cars we saw down there. I know Pete's going to have a fun time talking to folks. And then we're going to be doing some parade laps later, too, so that's going to be fun. We're going to get all the exotic owners. We'll get them out on track and do some parade laps. That's going to be at 1 o'clock. So all the drivers out there, if you can hear me, we're going to be doing a driver's meeting at about 12:30 up here on the Sky Deck.
So it's a little over an hour away.
Yeah, so in about an hour. Well, trust me, we'll keep reminding you. But right now, I think Pete's down there walking around. Where you at, Pete?
Front of one of the nicest cars that's one of my boyhood dreams always, and even today it still has it. And I'm with
Ivan Ruiz.
Yeah, man, what a beautiful car. How long have you owned this?
Maybe 8 years now.
8 years. And what brought you to the Daytona world?
I don't know. I've always been a fan of front-engine cars, and I'm mostly Maserati, but I always felt that the Daytona was one of those classic designs.
It was one of the ultimate sports cars of its time, especially front-engine wise.
Yeah, actually what made it famous was it was the first car that was used for the Cannonball Run between New York and California. It was done in less than 36 hours.
It was Dan Gurney driving, correct?
Dan Gurney and Yates also.
Brock Yates.
Yep. So that's kind of what put it in the map. Also, it was the last car that was designed in the Enzo area. So it's, your typical big V12 engine sitting in the front of a Ferrari.
I think it's a true 175-mile-an-hour car at that time.
That's what they say. I'm not going to test it.
Come on, let's do it. I don't know if we have enough room here today. Is this a European version?
No, this is a U.S. version.
U.S. version? What's the difference?
Not much. Side lamps and a few other things, but not much. The bumpers are basically the same. I think they stick out a little more in the U.S. version, but not much.
I noticed a little bit on the headlight, on the way the hood ridge is on this compared to the European versions, what had a smoked glass in front of there?
Well, the early cars had the smoked glass. The later European cars were actually the same. The early cars didn't have the pop-up headlights, which were a requirement in the U.S., had like a glass or plexiglass, as you mentioned. And then the later cars had the pop-up headlights. All the U.S. cars had the pop-up.
It's a beautiful car, especially in the fly yellow.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Can we take a look inside?
Of course. Well, inside, what you can see is what they now call Daytona seats. And as you can see, this is why they call it Daytona seats. This is the first car that used the, I guess I would call it the dual tone in the seats. I don't know what you would call that, but yeah. And actually, when I was looking for a Daytona, one of my requirements was I wanted one that didn't have a black interior, because on a black interior you don't have that contrast of the color and the black. And I thought tan or that kind of works really good on those type of seats.
Yeah, when these were in the Dinos, that's when the chairs and flares. This is exactly where it came from.
And actually, even on the modern Ferraris, they still say that you want Daytona seats. That's what they mean.
We just want the Daytona.
Yes.
Any way to open the hood?
Of course.
Look at that bad boy.
Yeah. Look at that, yeah. And as you can see, there's 6 Webers sitting, dual throat Webers sitting underneath that air cleaner.
Such a car, isn't it? It's a beast.
It is a beast. It is one big engine.
How does it handle on these period tires?
I mean, to be honest, this is not a car you want to take on a curvy road. I mean, it's really more for straight line, but it does. I mean, it does okay. I mean, as long as you don't push it too much around the curves.
It's a true GT car.
It's a true GT car.
Thank you so much for bringing it here today, and it's so nice to see one in person, and I haven't seen one in a number of years. I'm just so glad you're driving it around.
Oh, I drive it. One of the things I must say, it's very reliable. People ask me, so how do you tune this thing? I did spend maybe 2 or 3 years ago a whole day tuning the 6 Webers, but once you get them tuned, I mean, they stay in tune, and the car just starts right up and drives just like any normal car. So I take it everywhere.
When I bought my one and only Ferrari, the people were always nervous about it, saying that, oh, it's going to break down all the time. With Ferraris, you know, they had their own foundry, so they built a lot of their own engine parts, and they were an endurance racing champions. They actually raced their cars as opposed to a lot of the other exotics at the time that weren't on the track. And mine's proved. I got 158,000 on mine.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do on one of these cars is to let it sit.
I think that's true of any car. But again, thank you so much for bringing it. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, thank you so much for your interest.
Thank you. Back to you, Will. What do you think of this thing?
I think that's got about 8 more cylinders than my Toyota Corolla.
I think it's very bright yellow. I think I can't really tell.
Check out the wire wheels on this thing too, with the knockoffs. It's a classic Italian beauty.
Oh no, I'd love to take that thing out on track.
Let's
with
do it.
Nobody around me.
Back to you guys.
Well, Steve, we had quite the day here yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah.
You were up here in the booth. I don't know if anybody else was up here, but we had the Bandos and Legends. We also had the season finale of our Downforce series yesterday. That was quite the event. The Downforce race, the SR3, came down to 10 points. So it was a 7-race season. And the
silly season in SR1.
Yeah, SR1 had the
Silly
Start and
season.
Park Championship.
Yes.
That was quite the scenario. 3rd place. So basically, 1st and 2nd place were in rentals, and they weren't allowed to get any rentals. So they, by default, they had to sit there and they couldn't run. And 3rd place didn't have anybody to run against. And to score points, you got to have at least 2 other drivers on the grid. So he called around and found 2 other SR1s and got two of his buddies with race licenses to be able to sit down, start the cars. So all 3 cars went out, did 1 lap, came in, and he won a championship yesterday doing that. So quite the unique and interesting strategy. But
I'm here for it.
I think the parking spot, he paid for 3 registrations just to be able to get that championship yesterday.
Totally worth it.
I think the name on the parking spot out front is the real prize.
Yeah, not the big trophy that we handed out.
No, we gave him a giant gold trophy, which, I mean, I would want that in my garage too. But honestly, having your name, there's nothing like, status like having your name on the 2nd spot right before the door at the front of the building. So
yeah,
that's really what all they're competing for. That's the big prize. And then the Legends and Bandos, they didn't disappoint either. We had a 19-car grid for the fast group.
Yeah. 19 cars in the last race. It was kind of a melee battle there in the Bandoleros.
We have not had a grid like that in quite some time.
It was nice.
Here.
It was nice.
Not since the 2020 road course finals out here. So the hills were alive with the sound of racing yesterday. And
well, today they're alive with the sound of exotic race car engines.
Yes, with a lot of cars with more than 8 cylinders out here today.
Yes, maybe 12, 10.
I will take any of them.
Anything, really.
And so I myself, Will Rigdon, up here in the booth alongside Stephen Newbold. We've got our 3rd amigo actually up here in the booth, Michael Lemon Drop Lane. He is kind of hanging behind the scenes right now, not really chiming in too much. What are you doing over there, Michael?
Fixing problems.
Oh,
Fixing
okay.
problems, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We're leaning on
But
you right
I
now.
think Pete is ready for an interview. So, Pete, who do you got down
Yeah,
there?
let's see what Pete's got.
We're sticking with the yellow theme right now, and I'm speaking with
Jerry.
Jerry. Tell us about your NSX.
It's a 2000 NSX Targa. We've owned it about 15 years now, and it's been a great car. It's 50,000 miles. It's not gonna win any shows, but it's got road rash and some chips and paint stuff. But it's been a great car. I put twin turbos on it.
Twin turbos.
Yeah, so it dynos 480 at the wheels now, but it's been a really great car. The Honda, brand, it's really been great as far as whether or not it's not a supercar, but it is to me it is. I start it up, I can take it anywhere.
Well, that was the thing. The first time I drove them when they first came out, I was kind of disappointed at how easy it was to drive, because that was the exotic car, supercar man thing back in the day. You had to have a difficult car. You couldn't get it and start it. You had to know the secret password to get the thing going.
Absolutely, and it's 25 years old now, so it's really been a great car. I have no plans of selling it. It's to me, it's classic. It's got timeless lines. Just really overall, 100% impressed with this vehicle.
Now, who did the twin turbo conversion?
I'm a mechanic by trade. I did the install, and a good friend of mine at EbTech tuned it. And that's probably it's had the twins on it now about 5 years.
Any problems?
Not a one.
Not at all, huh? Can we take a look?
Absolutely. It's not the prettiest thing under the.
Well, we don't care about that. It's just.
They tuck up so close to the engine. So really, the only clue you have is the air box is deleted. So now it's just a straight charge pipe in. It's an air-to-water intercooler back here by the left tire. There's a radiator up front, and a circulation pump circulates water for the intercooler. And it's got a pair of Garrett GT28s tucked up real close to the engine on each side. It's knock on wood, it's been really great. It made 235 at the wheels, stock, and now it makes 480 at the wheels, and no troubles.
So you're probably what, close to 6 change on the flywheel?
No, the rule of thumb is generally keep these engines under 500 at the crank. So that's what we kind of shot for, is just south of 480 a little bit. We couldn't back the wastegates off anymore, so we pulled a little bit of timing out. So been real happy with it. 9 to 11 pounds of boost, and it's been really solid.
Looks like a fun ride. You're going to take it on the track with us today?
Yes, we will.
Good. And why don't you promote your shop for it?
Oh no, it's just me. Yeah, it's just me turning. Yeah, I was.
Well, thank you so much for bringing it out here today.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Back to you, Will.
Well, Will's not currently in the booth, but Pete, I will gladly take that. I'm just sitting up here doing a little bit of research, kind of figuring out exactly what one of my favorite exotic cars are. And this is just me personally, but I'm a big fan of the Mercedes 770s. And I would say probably either the W07 or the W150. W150s was the 38 through 44s. The Cabriolet, I believe, is what it's technically called. Still think those are some gorgeous cars. See a lot of gorgeous cars in that shot that we're getting right now. A lot of yellow out there today, which I think that seems to be a trend. Pete's already interviewed 2 yellow cars. Mikey, what do you think of all the cars out today?
What do I think about the yellow cars?
Yes.
It's a good color.
Yeah, it's a very bright color.
If you were going to get an exotic car, what color are you going for?
You know, I would probably go with that neon green color that we see.
That one Audi?
Yeah, I was about to say that one Audi. That color is just
green.
Perfect. I can actually see that color green. It's so bright I can see it.
I can see Pete is heading towards our next yellow car. I guess we're just going to hit every yellow car.
Owner of this, but these Maserati MC20s, we got 2 of them here today, and I have never seen one in person before, so they're striking. But we'll get back to them when we find the owner. We're going to track down a few other cars.
It's got a wonderful body style. The curves on that car is just very well sculpted.
Oh, it is.
Can definitely cut through the air really fast. I don't know much about exotics, but that one's a very pretty car.
True hyper car there. But we'll find the owner.
Now, Mikey, do you have a favorite exotic?
I like that Honda NSX. That is a clean car.
Did you just say a Honda NSX?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Who do you think makes that car?
Honda? I don't know.
It's Honda. It's Acura in the States, but that's Honda.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute. That sounds like an Acura brand, but all right.
Yeah, Acura is just the luxury brand from Honda. It's just like a legal loophole for them to get more cars in the States.
Oh, yeah. That's always great. Legal loopholes. We got 4 beautiful cars over here. I want to say it's the Aero Group.
Those were actually out there
garage.
yesterday during our member social. Yeah, that Lola and the Ferrari.
Again, with the yellow cars, the yellow exotics. I guess that's just the go-to.
So those things fired up the other day, and they were pretty loud.
Oh yeah. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't Aero Group also have 2 retired Hendrick race cars?
Yes, I think they have a junior chassis, and then I forget the other one.
Maybe it's a Jimmy Jam chassis.
I know they're Hendrick, so yeah, there's a good
it's a
chance.
possibility. Still great cars. I know this is an exotic show, but I have a love for anything with 800 plus horsepower, American made. Another great crowd shot. Now, at the bottom left corner, that looks like a Mercedes of some sort.
Looks like like something you see in like Great Gatsby.
Yeah, I don't know what year that is. I don't think that's a. I don't think that's a 770.
Do you know a lot about Mercedes? I know nothing.
I know diddly squat.
I'm a BMW guy myself, and they're not quite exotic, so I don't really see any here.
So yeah, I'm more of a Ford person in general.
Well, we don't have a Ford, but we do have a Lamborghini, and it's not yellow. How's that, guys?
Okay, that's better.
All right.
We're getting on the right track, not yellow.
All right. And who am I speaking with?
Atik.
Atik. Tell us about your car.
So, you guys are looking at this beautiful STO, Lamborghini STO. Everything in this car is absolute. You want me to hold it? Is that all right? It has to be close to my mouth. Okay, cool. So everything you see in this car is absolutely customized. For example, you see all the livery that's there. This is customized. The way the number 63 representing the heritage, that's customized. We've got the yellowish feel of a race car that's been applied as like a PPF. So that's customized. We've got the Corsa, Squadra Corsa, which is the racing variant, if you will. That's customized as well. We've got all the DD-ATL Exotic 63 decals that are on the car. Those are customized as well.
Explain to us what DD-ATL is.
DD-ATL is Daily Driven Atlanta. It's like a group in Atlanta. It's a group of guys that have similar tastes, similar, approach to exotic cars, and they get together and they drive.
Excellent.
Similar.
Sorry to interrupt, but
No.
going.
No, so, but like I said, even the wheels, if you look at everything that's going on with this vehicle, very much customized. And I want you guys to look at this. So, the way the Italian at the end of the wing, right? So, the gentleman's focusing on the other side. Okay, good, right here. So if you look at this, the way the Italian flag comes up as an homage to Italy, because obviously it's a piece of art. And then a very special plate. Ciao bella. How beautiful is that? So everything in this car that we did. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the key to the car, but it's over there. Actually, let me grab the key. Thank you. Can I have the key to my car, please?
Yes, Dad.
Thank you so much. So the door opens up and you can see. Check that out. It doesn't get better than this. You've got a ability to put your helmet in a beautiful thing. Look at all the customization that's done. Look at the interior. Look at the racing seat. So harnesses come out from there. And like I said, it's a very unique build. And that's what this is all about. Yes. Oh, and the trunk is complicated to open. But I can show you the driver's side if you like to see it. And again, you can look at the details that are on the hood. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the honey approach. So it's the hexagon, the same pattern that the vehicle has everywhere. Thank you. Oh. Look at this side. Just look at it. All you got to do is just look at it. Just look at it.
Did you do the work on this?
Yes, my friend and I were working together. He is the main influencer who put together the design, the approach, and everything. And I was like, hey, man, let's do what you got to do. So we did it. It came out beautifully. and it's now it's a very unique build, and it's just the excitement of driving something like this. Makes you feel young again.
It's one of one.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, one of one.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much for bringing it here today.
Oh, I'm giving you the car key, but that's.
You're gonna give me the car keys. Let's go. You know,
Thank you, guys.
appreciate your time. Thank you for bringing it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Back to you, Will.
Again, Will's not up in the booth at the
Still
moment.
not
He's
Still
running
out
some
there?
technical.
All right, well, back
Will's
to
more
you.
of a concept. He's an idea.
Yeah, he's an
a
idea.
Belief.
He's
Something to get
he's
behind.
not. He's like Bigfoot. He's there, but he's
It's
not.
like
Well, the wind is starting to pick up here on the sky deck that we're sitting on. Great little broadcast area.
Now, I do like that ciao bella on the back of the.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Do you know any Italian, Steve?
No, I was there for like a week and a half, and I don't know anything Italian except
Did you just point at the menu and whatever pasta they gave you?
ravioli, anything wine,
Spaghetti.
spaghetti. That's about it.
Yeah. You'd be the kind of guy that go to Italy like, y'all have any garlic bread? Where's the Texas toast?
Texas toast. Okay. Look, I'm a little bit more civilized than that. It was more of beer. Is what I was asking for.
Well, they got that there.
Yeah, they definitely have that. McDonald's is the greatest thing ever overseas. You go to McDonald's in Italy, in Venice, for example, and first I was expecting to see a lot more like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff like that on the road. You don't really see that many.
Well, don't they have like small roads? Like
Yeah,
they
they
probably
have-
just
they have
drive
really
like Fiats and tiny little.
Yeah, it's like Fiats and
Smart
Renaults.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart cars. I didn't see no V8
Wait, all right.
American.
First of all, back up. Did you say Renault?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Renault. Did I say that correctly?
No, not
I
even
probably
close.
didn't. Whatever, close enough. But anyways,
Sorry to throw you off.
yeah, you threw me off.
It hurt me when you said it.
McDonald's in Italy has ravioli, and it is the greatest thing ever.
Is it actually good though?
Oh, dude, it's super good. Like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you can go into a McDonald's in Italy and order ravioli, wine, a Big Mac, and a beer. Draft beer at that.
Well, if you're in Italy, you don't need to go to McDonald's. That's sacrilege, first of all.
Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. There wasn't really much anything open where we were at.
you went to the
Listen. I
wrong
trust
place.
Pete on this. He's a lot more cultured.
Yeah, Pete is a lot more cultured
Speaking
than
of-
I am.
I was stationed there. For
Who do
a
you got
while.
down there, Pete?
Who am I speaking with today?
My name is Stone.
Stone. What do you tell us? What you got?
This is my dad's 2017 Lamborghini Aventador Roadster SV. This thing is beautiful. The paint is one of a kind. It's got the yellow accents from Lamborghini. You see dry carbon all over the place. This thing is around 750 horsepower. You get all-wheel drive, carbon ceramic brakes, center lock wheels. You get carbon buckets that are horrible to ride in after about 3 hours. I mean, it is just brutal. But that's what makes this car such a great driving and riding experience.
Was this ordered like this, or did you guys customize it?
So this is kind of a second-hand car. The first owner originally ordered it like this. And then it has a custom, like the race exhaust from factory from Lamborghini. So the Aventador SV came originally with 4 exhaust tips. This one has 2, and it has Automotively Lamborghini written on the tip, which is a factory exhaust system. So it's technically not made for the road, but cops aren't going to know because it has Lamborghini on it. So, but I mean, the V12 just sounds incredible. The single clutch kicks like a raging bull. I mean, as Lamborghini is, Aventadors are known for that. Handling the mountains, it's a little long, a little wide, but I mean, on the road, on the highway, if you just put your foot to the floor, I mean, it is just fantastic. Shoots flames at night. Every downshift is an adrenaline rush. I mean, this car is just incredible.
Are you guys part of the same driving club?
Yes, sir. So we're all, this whole row is part of DDATL, and we do a bunch of charity events. We do a lot of car shows, and just kind of people all in this group love to drive their cars.
Okay, if someone wanted to get a hold of, where could they find DDATL?
So they can find them on Facebook under like DDATL, and then they have also on Instagram as well. So, yes, sir.
Thank you for taking around and bringing us in here today. We appreciate it. Hey, DDATL, check it out. These guys are driving these cars on the street as daily drivers, and it's just so great to see that. Back to you guys.
Well, the only thing I have to say is, don't say anything incriminating on a live stream.
He's like, yeah, the police don't know. I literally saw 3 police officers walk by.
Yeah.
There he is.
They're
Go get him.
here. They're here.
Go get him. I do love the that aspect of driving those types of cars.
Oh, yes. Driving it daily? Oh, that'd be great.
Also, you know when someone loves a car when they're willing to drive a uncomfortable car.
Oh, yeah. When he said the carbon fiber seats, the 3 hours it's uncomfortable, I could not imagine that. Anything longer than 3 hours in the carbon bucket seats, that just doesn't seem comfortable.
Here we got a beautiful shot of the facility.
Looks like we got some karts going on back at AMP's kart track.
About always have carts running down there.
Yeah, it feels like it's every day. It looks like it's a member day, possibly.
We need to go strap up, Steve, and
it's been a
settle
minute.
This.
It's been a minute since I've been in an LO206. It's been a hot minute. Man, it's been at least 4 or 5 years. That's something wonderful that you can do out here. After the show's wrapped up, you can hop over to AMP Kart Racing and hop in their concession carts, 55-mile-an-hour go-karts.
Got a shot here of all the cars parked out. I feel like I had something to tell you, Steve, and then
You lost
I kind
it.
of got lost in the interview with Pete.
Yeah, that was a really good interview.
I
enjoyed the color of that car. I couldn't tell personally. I can't tell if it's like a very deep blue or if it's
right
a light.
there.
Let me turn around and look. Let's see. Oh, well, the sun's. That's a very deep blue.
I would say it's more of a deep blue.
Yeah, the yellow accent just brings that car all together.
Very nice.
Very nice indeed.
We got a shot here of the autocross going on the other side of the track.
Man, we were here last night until what?
I
was
even
here.
want to talk about it. I'm so upset.
It was pretty late last night. Will was like, "Hey."
Shout out to our executive producer, Will Rigdon.
Yeah, Will was like, "Hey, you guys mind helping set up this this course?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure." 4 hours later.
But it is a pretty unique, layout design. Not a lot of autocross is done on an actual racetrack. Usually, it's in parking lots and paddocks. So it's kind of cool to see them actually on the racing surface.
Yeah, it's a little different. You can see them weaving back and forth in between the cones.
This car
Went out there with Pete earlier in his Dodge Viper, and that was a really fun experience. Car going off course right now. Great overhead shot of the whole facility here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. You can see we're all the way up here in the, basically now almost the top right corner of where the exotic lot is. Have a decent amount of spectators out here today, which is always great to see. I even see a track dog down there. I'm a sucker for track dogs, so if you want to bring the dog up here, we'll put him on camera. Mikey, are you seeing this dog?
Where?
Down here, directly below us.
I don't have a view. Describe. Hold on.
It's a fluffy boy. You come to a car show, and you think you're going to look at cars and exotic cars.
That is the thing that I notice every time we do the show down at Caffeine Octane is how many dogs there are. It is like a dog show.
They bring some strange pets out there. There was a guy with a snake a couple times.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't either. I petted the snake. First time I've ever touched a snake in my life that wasn't dead. And I freaked out. Will was like, "Oh, Steve, you should totally touch it." And I'm like, "No." And then I'm like, "All right, whatever. Peer pressure. Get it live on camera."
I cannot believe you just said that with a straight face, Steve. First time you've ever touched a snake?
Funny. PG.
Sorry, yeah. I forgot what rating the show was today. I'm back.
After us.
Well, I've never seen you move that fast.
Yeah.
I was everywhere at once.
Yeah.
Hey, but now you should be able to hear us in the paddock.
Yeah, I think so. We got people looking up.
Yeah.
And
Maybe that wasn't a good thing. I don't know.
People are over here petting the dog. There's a line, and it's great. I kind of want the dog to come up here because I want to pet him and put him on camera.
Yeah, please. We're up here at Skydeck. We like puppies. Yeah, right here.
And we like horsepower too.
Yeah, we like race cars
Yeah,
and
we like ponies, puppies, and I don't know.
race cars.
We got another big engine car for you, Will.
What do you got there,
Who
Pete?
am I speaking with?
Gary Drace.
Gary, thanks for bringing your Audi here today. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, it's a 2011 manual gated V10, which is kind of a dinosaur now. It's really become a collector's car. They're hard to find. I think in this style coupe, there's about 300 left in North America. So it's kind of one of my cars that I'm just going to keep because the value is going up. And I'm trying to keep the miles down, but it's fun. And everybody loves the manual. That's the big thing about the car. It has aftermarket exhaust. Other than that, it's factory, but the exhaust sounds incredible. Same engine as in the Huracan, and but you get the manual, which you can't get in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or any car.
Oh, the gated shift is the gated shifter. Why keep the miles down? Put it on.
I know. That's why I'm out here today, do the track and have fun taking it in and out. But I have a secondary car for my daily car. It's a C8 Corvette, which is a fantastic car. So that's my daily driver, but it's nothing like the manual, especially when you get to that 9,000 RPM rev limit. It's just a real experience.
Why don't you show us the inside and see that gated? The gated shift is just so cool. It's kind of hard to, once you learn it, to speed shift it, but.
I know. I have some younger friends that really don't know how to drive it, and this isn't the car to learn. It's kind of an acquired skill that I think is passing by, but a lot of old car guys just love the manual, and it brings back a lot of memories, and I think that's what they love about it so much.
How does this compare to the C8 performance-wise?
The C8 has 100 less horsepower, but it's hard to beat that dual clutch transmission off the line, especially when you do launch control. It can do 0 to 100 in 2.6 seconds. So in the first 100, the Corvette's going to have it, but after that, the extra 100 horsepower, this is going to pull away from that pretty good.
Can you show? Can we hear a little of that custom exhaust?
Absolutely.
Let's get back here. Blow our eardrums out. You ready for this, Will?
Oh, yes, sir.
How's that sound, buddy?
Yeah, we'll do 1 o'clock on track. Awesome. That's almost as aggressive as my Corolla.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Sounds fantastic. Who makes that off the market?
Say that again?
Who makes that exhaust?
That's a Miltech Super Cup exhaust.
Perfect. What a sound. Awesome. Thank you for bringing it here today. Back to you guys, Will.
Yeah, we were up here petting that husky while you were doing that interview, and now we've got hair all over the table.
It's worth it.
And I'm sure its owners probably know very well what husky hair is like. And speaking of husky, 2 months ago, Caffeine and Octane.
Careful.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you.
I thought you were insulting
the talent.
Yeah, talent won today, ladies and gentlemen. Talent won.
Steve recently got a promotion, so he is now talent A.
Yeah.
Normally he's talent B, but I guess I got demoted while I was running around.
You did.
Anyways, you were talking about the Husky tent.
Husky tent in the Husky booth, because we had that donut eating contest a couple months ago. We were promoting the Amped Up event here, and we were at Caffeine and Octane, and the guy working the Husky booth.
Dude. Man put down some donuts.
Smashed 4 donuts, and I think it was like 42 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. It was a sub 45. I remember that much. The
It
next
was
best time was
intense.
like a 45-2 or something like that.
I think he won by like 8 or 9 seconds. He crushed the next.
I mean, I think there was kids screaming, car alarms going off.
It has never been that rowdy.
It was rowdy.
We made it rowdy.
Yeah, I've second to people doing donuts in the parking deck at the old location. I think that donut eating contest was probably
definitely right up there with it.
Yes. And nobody got hurt.
Yeah, nobody got hurt.
Well,
maybe
couple
his
egos
stomach
got bruised.
Oh yeah, the one dude that.
Oh no, that guy's stomach. Yeah.
Oh dude, it was like two donuts in and it was over.
He was
all over
so
the
confident. He literally came in the booth.
He's like, I could do this.
Took all 4 donuts, squished them into like an eclair.
Yeah.
And then tried eating them at once, and it definitely didn't come up like an eclair.
Speaking of confidence, we got our man on the street, Pete, down there. Who you got, Pete?
Who am I speaking with today?
Mike Smaracco.
Mike, thanks for bringing this today. Tell us what we have.
We got a 54 Austin Healey, exactly as it was delivered from the factory in 53. They didn't register the cars right then because it wasn't complete. They were missing nuts and bolts because of the war. They had a shortage of nuts and bolts. So when they did all the nuts and bolts, it became a 54, although it was made in November of 53. So it's an original BN1. It's a 100 model, which is the original Big Healey. It was known as the Big Healey. I'm the second owner. It has 21,000 miles on it, and it's in pristine condition. The things I've changed on it is to make the car safe. I redid the wiring completely front to back. I changed out the tires. When I bought the car in Amelia, it had biased tires on it. And that was the original owners that he used to show. So I put on the Michelin X tire, which was the very first Michelin radial made. And it was offered as an option on this car, and they're existing on this car now. As you can see, there's a couple magazine articles. I've got magazines that the car was in. It's been certified by the British Motor Industry Heritage Trust. I had the tool. It comes with full set of tools. The bag that came with it is this. And back there, it was known to spill gas. So it spilled gas on the original. So I took this and I made a template and I sent it to London, and they had the original material. So I now have an original tool bag, and that's what you see there.
That's fantastic.
I have the jack, and I have all the jack tools. I have the manual, the repair manual, the operator's manual, and the technician's manual. So it has all the manuals. It's got 21,000 miles on it, and it was very good shape when I bought it. It needed some minor stuff, but I changed the tires to make it safe. I also put in LED lights, which also made it safe, because I don't know if you people know Austin Healey, but you couldn't see the light.
The Prince of Darkness.
The Prince of Darkness, exactly. This was the Prince of Darkness. It's no more. It's the Prince of Solar. But it's a totally different experience driving this, which is 70 years old, all right? And I used to be a Ferrari guy. Nothing wrong with Ferraris, don't get me wrong, but this is more fun because you can actually work on it, all right, without being a master technician. But as you can see, one of the things I'd like to point out to you, if you look underneath there, you'll see the original sticker that comes. You have to go underneath, and you'll see it underneath on the left-hand side. There's a plastic sticker in there that they used to put on the cars. That sticker alone could get me $5,000 from somebody that has an Austin, because most of them have been cracked, fallen off, gone. All the motors are matching. The only thing I've done from the motor standpoint is I upgraded the electronics, because it wouldn't work in the rain. The car wouldn't. If it rained, forget it.
It was a Lucas.
Yeah. So I upgraded all that. I pulled out the points, and the distributor cleaned them all, redid them, put them back. Now it starts in the rainy day.
You drive it in the rain?
No, never.
So
The other unique thing about the BN1 is the collapsible windshield. This windshield goes up. This pin here goes into this location, and it goes up here. If you're racing, you really want to get gutsy. You want to basically drive a motorcycle that has 4 wheels. Is you put this screen down, and your head's up here. So it's really a different experience. This has an overdrive in it. It has 2 electronic overdrives, one for second gear and one for third gear. So I could cruise all day at 75 miles an hour. And mostly that's because of the radial tires. Without the radials, I wouldn't dare do that. But with this car, radial tires, no problem.
was this car ever restored?
No, this is not a restoration. This is as it was shipped. The only painting that was done was on the bottom sill, because it had a lot of dents and dings. It got pounded all out and got repainted on the bottom there. But
That's incredible.
what you're seeing is about 6 weeks of clay. I used 16 bars of clay to get this back to where it is. But now it shines.
Oh, it's gleaming.
Two things I want to point out. My original owner was the Austin dealer in the South, and he was out of Montgomery. And the Montgomery Club was one of the first Austin Healey clubs inaugurated by Don Healey. So at that meeting, they gave Don Healey a Sports Car of America on, and that's it right there. So Don Healey actually delivered this car to my original owner.
Oh, that's incredible. What a great story on top of it.
It's got a lot of history.
A lot of history. It's gorgeous.
Yep, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for bringing it today. Now, when you said Big Healey, what's the difference?
Well, there's a small one called the Bug Eye. All right, and if you believe, it's about 3/4 the size of this, and a little bit less control on it. So they're a little risky, but they're very well collector cars. People love them. But they called this the Big Healey, and that was the Little Healey.
When did they go to the 6?
They went to the 6 back in, let's see, that would be 61. Yeah, the original 6 was the first one they put in a BN4. The BN4, this is a 4. The BN1 through BN, well, there wasn't a 3. There's a 1 and a 2. And the BN4 was the first 6-cylinder. But it basically was just a little bit larger in this. This was originally a 6-motor that was made by Austin for taxis in London. Virtually all of the motors in London were Austin chassis. So this was a 6-cylinder. They cut off 2 cylinders to get it to fit in this car. So it did. And it wound up at 89 horsepower.
Quite a torquey little motor, right?
Yeah, it's a quirky motor, but it goes like hell if you wanted to.
You going to bring it on the track today?
No, I'm not going to track this car. This car, I'm not good enough for this car on the track.
Oh, sure you are. We're going to go slow anyways.
Yeah, well, maybe then I will.
Bring it out. But thank you so much for bringing it here today, and it's a pleasure meeting you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. What do you think of that, Will?
That's pretty awesome, Pete. And I was going to tell you, we actually have a bug-eyed Sprite doing autocross right now on the backside of the track. Lori Gray is out there. She's been with us all season. So I see Daryl changing his battery out right now on the drone, but maybe when he gets back up, he can go fly over to the skid pad, see if we can get a shot of that bug-eyed Sprite we got out there.
It was crazy seeing her run that at Caffeine Octane.
Yeah, and she has to, by the definition of the rules, she has to run it in the outlaw class because she's lighter than the light division. But she only has 37 horsepower. So
yeah, it's kind of hard.
Could barely make it up the back hill there, but she rings it out.
It was last time we were at Caffeine Octane Lanier. It was really, really funny.
Yeah, no, she
that
did
little
it too.
car.
I mean, everybody's out there running, 50, 60-second laps. She's out there 90 seconds, but
she's having fun. That's all that matters.
Giving it hell. Awesome when you see a car that old out there having fun. And actually, that's it right there, Daryl. You're about to fly over it. Look just right underneath you. Keep rotating. We're going to find it. It's right there. I just saw it.
Rotate. Maybe.
Scanning for Austin Healey's. Oh, that was a Prius. Never mind. Hold up. Oh, no, there. No, maybe? Yeah, right there. Yeah, check that thing out.
It's even got numbers.
Yeah, she's stickered up, too, ready to go.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you better keep that big motor
7.
away because she definitely would like more power.
15 times 15, what is that?
She's like 38 horsepower, maybe?
Okay, maybe.
No, she told me it's 37 horsepower, so that thing.
Each sticker adds just a hint more horsepower.
She gets out there. I've been trying to tell her to do time attack, but I don't know if she's going to get there at full speed.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, there's Miss Lori. She can't hear her. She's all the way out there at the skid pad. I'll have to tell her we were talking about her later.
Yeah. Oh, she's opening up the hood. She's going to let us look at it. Oh, there we go.
Check it out.
Probably checking fluids for this next run because I guarantee you she probably ran through a quart of oil.
Yeah, she doesn't even know we're live right now.
That's the best part.
But, yeah, she brings out here every month. She comes to the AXS events we do at Caffeine Octane Lanier. She comes out here to the events we do at Atlanta Motorsports Park. And this month is actually our last event at Atlanta Motorsports Park for the year for the AXS series. It's round number 7 going on right now. So Drivers are back there getting their times in. We've got that course set up on the back side of the track right now.
Now, we do have a round 8, right?
Yes. Round 8 is the final round. It's going to be next month at Caffeine and Octane Lanier. I believe it's November 17th. It's the third Saturday or the third Sunday of the month.
Man, why are you going to do this to me?
Where you gonna be out of town?
I got a race on the 16th, and I'm going to be late.
Well, I don't think we're going to be doing the stream out there this next month, but we did have fun those first 2 that we did out there.
Oh, God, yes. Big Wangs.
You always got to get Wangs and Oakwood.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, Wangs and Oakwood, great
And
place.
I'm sure Mikey's got, like, an opinion on Wangs.
It's just a normal Chinese restaurant.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it's the more
It is the Chinese restaurant.
There's no Chinese cars here today, guys. We're talking Italian.
Oh.
We're speaking Italian today. Who do we have today?
Yeah, who you got, Pete?
Bale.
Tell us about your Ferrari.
Sono italiano, cosa vuoi? Dimmi qualcosa. Un poco. Ah, ma Dio. So, 1999, Ferrari, gated 360, year 1, Euro spec. We picked this car up out of Chicago, stole it. So the background on these cars is it's a dry sump oil system, so a lot of people tend to overfill them with oil. And the Porsche schmuck that had it, they were going to charge about $8,000 at a Ferrari to fix it. So we said, yeah, we'll buy it from you for a little bit less. I got the car down here, about $300 in parts, got it back and running, and runs great.
Ah, I love those stories. Tell us about, is this a wrap?
Yeah, either that or we just are really hard on our cars. So we run a lot of the underground rally stuff. This was done in Crown Rally 2020, so Crown Rally South. Right after Ford versus Ferrari came out, so we had a buddy of ours that had a 2006 Ford GT. We designed his wrap, and we did our wrap, and we had Ford versus Ferrari. Of course, we broke this car on the rally, so it became Ford fixes Ferrari. So we ended up had a custom titanium exhaust that split. It melted the reservoir cap on the top of that, so just a bit of a mess. But it's been an incredibly great car. People probably know us for the R8 that ran Crown Rally as well. We've done course on some of the others, but this is a cool, unique car.
Tell us about the Crown Rally.
So Crown Rally is coming back. It's a bunch of car enthusiasts. It started in Minnesota, so it ran from St. Paul, Minnesota, down to Chicago. And they did that for a couple of years. Then they expanded to the south. They came Chicago, initially down to Nashville, Tennessee. We got a whole bunch of people from Georgia to get into it, so they came down and we did Atlanta. And then they ran Crown Rally West, which was Denver to Las Vegas. They shut down for a couple of years and just came back this year. So they're alive and well, big and strong, and they're running all 3 rallies, I think, again.
And what kind of rally is it? Is it time to speed distance, or are you just going for it?
No, non è legale, non è giusto. You can't do that. So, no, it's a gentleman's thing. You drive at the pace that you want to drive with the groups that you want to drive, and they're giving awards for most modified, best wrap, best design, different things that are out there. But the liability of getting out there and racing and doing some of that other stuff is not, out there. I wish, by the way, they would do more of a poker run where it's, TDH and you're out there. It's the closest to the pin on driving the legal speed limit to get from point A to point B and having a navigator navigate. We'll probably do some of that here in the future.
And I'm sure this rap gets a lot of attention. How about from the police?
Nah, they're pretty cool. It's the noise that the car makes that we get the attention from the police on. Usually on the rap, I get thumbs up. Then when we rev the car, I get a thumbs down. And, can we pull over and take a listen on how loud that thing really is?
Can we hear it?
You want to hear it?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. We can crank it up. Who wants to hear a Ferrari?
Come on.
Tell me what sounds better. Tell me what sounds better, that R8 or this Ferrari?
All right, we're going to go from there. We'll start a fight. The gated shifter is just so... What do you think, Will? What's the opinion? The V10 or the V8
I don't know.
Ferrari?
I think they both sound pretty good, and in the sake of being a impartial announcer and not a homer, I think they both sound good. I'll yield to Steve. What do you think, Steve?
Well, it sounds like a race car.
Yes, it does.
So it's good. It wins. Both of them. It's
We
evenly
owned an
contested.
Audi R8 V10, so I can compare both being non-biased. There is nothing like an Italian flat plane crank. I'm sorry, the V10 just doesn't compare.
Flat plane. If you don't know what that is, the new Z06 has one, and I think with the Shelby GT350 also.
Well, yeah, totally cool cars, and we're car addicts out here, so we don't just have this love and passion. Most of us are addicted to this. So this is what you get when you get a car addiction.
Oh, we do. But thank you so much for bringing it here today. And we'll see you on track a little bit.
See you on the track.
Will, I think we have a car addiction too.
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Love the Viper V10, right? Awesome.
Got to have one.
Awesome. Love it.
But I got a 308 GT4 at home, too,
That's even better.
with 158,000 on it.
So we've got 4 Porsches, 4 Alphas because, you know, I mean, everybody needs to, like, pick on themselves just a little bit and beat themselves into submission. So I love the Alphas. The Porsches are really cool. So we've got a 928 that we just picked up that we're restoring. And
It sounds like a torture.
yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. As long as you don't have to get under the hood and work on anything, everything else is easy to work on them. So we've got that. I mean, we've got a 924S we traded the gun for. That's going to be done here soon. So keep an eye.
I raced the 924S in SCCA and IMSA for years.
Cool. I was a Mazda racer. So I ran ITA, IT7, E-Production GT3, and Formula Mazda. So it's better to be rotary than to be pissed on. Just remember that.
Hey, it's a pleasure meeting you all. Back to you guys up there.
That's going to be one of the hardest quotes of the year so far. That almost beats the kart track incident from earlier in the season.
I'm just still getting over being called an addict. I don't have a problem, Steve.
I do.
I can stop anytime I want.
I can stop racing whenever I want to.
If I go a day without cars, I shake from the excitement.
I do. I just shake in general.
Well, it is certainly awesome seeing all these exotics lined up here in the South Paddock here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. Big shout out to the event, Caffeine and Octane, for coming out here and bringing their exotic show. I think this is their last one of the year for them too. So, you know, wrapping everything up in Chicago. I might need Miss Misty or one of the folks from down there to come run up in the booth and educate us a little bit on what they got going on. I know they've got the Cosmic Drift, big event coming up next Saturday. That's going to be a fun one. They've got David Patterson doing the big Cosmic Drift event. We were there last year. That was a lot of fun. They had the whole track lit up.
That was the
shoot, the tunnel. I think we even put Pete in a drift car.
We did put Pete in the drift car. They put me down in the pits talking to all the different drifters.
That was some of the best sound effects I think we ever got was Pete.
This is awesome.
And it looks like Pete's got somebody else down there. What do you got?
When I was in the drift cars, I used the old Bo Barfield trick. It's you cannot impress me, but you can scare me. But they didn't scare me, but I was certainly impressed. There was some great driving there. But who am I speaking with today?
Ruben Schulman.
Ruben, tell us what you have.
Oh, this is my partner's car. It's Doug from the Lollipop Land. He used to have an Aventador, but it was too strong for him, too fast, so he decided to get a McLaren. So he got this one. It's a 2019 McLaren. It's a beautiful car. It's fast. It's carbon, all the carbon fiber features and everything, but not as fast as an Aventador SV. But you know he can't handle the SV, so he had to get the McLaren. So he can't help it.
Can't handle it.
Can't handle the SV. Wow. So, but yeah, beautiful car.
Are we throwing down or what?
We can throw down. Let's go. We got the SV over there and the McLaren right here, but it's okay. He's kind of shy.
So this is all part of that DD Atlanta club, correct?
Yes, we're all part of DDATL, and we drive around everywhere. We do a lot of charity events for kids and anything we can do. You know, anything we can put into for you guys. But yeah, we love driving these cars. We drive them all the time, and if you don't drive the car every day, then why have it? You know.
Not only that, they're very unhappy when you don't drive them.
Yeah, my car is very unhappy when I don't drive it. So. But yeah, definitely.
The more you drive them, the happier they are, I believe.
100%. So.
The harder you drive them, I still think they're happy too.
We like to drive them hard.
Yeah. I beat mine to death. You know, there's no doubt about it, even from day one. And I think they love it they love me for it.
Yeah. Well, one day when Doug becomes a real man, he might go back to an SV Aventador, but you know, he'll stay with the McLaren for right now.
Boy, he's calling Doug out, guys. You hear that?
Oh.
Where's Doug?
You can't see him because he's a short guy. He's a lot. Do the lollipop dance, Doug. There's a lollipop.
Hey, there's only one way to settle this. We got a racetrack.
That's it.
There's a perfectly good racetrack right there.
Yeah, they got helmets over at Discovery Parts.
Let's go.
Hey, you got your Corolla here today.
Yes, I do.
I've got my Corolla. Oh, my God. It's going to happen.
We're going to do it.
Trust me, I'm in. Let's go. I'll do it right now.
All right. The call out has been done. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
We're just gonna start like an exotic, like underground fight club here. That's what
First
we're gonna do,
rule of Fight Club, don't
You
talk
just broke
about
the
it.
First rule.
We're not like that other fight club, okay? We can talk about our fight club. That's what we're gonna be, the public.
The public Fight Club?
So the first rule of Exotic Fight Club is talk about Exotic Fight Club?
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you do?
And then we invite some celebrity to
I want
join
to be like
us.
the CrossFitters of Fight Club. Like,
oh, no.
First thing
no,
you walk
no,
into
no,
a bar,
no.
everybody knows I'm in Exotic Fight
You got to
Club.
walk around like this?
Yeah.
I do Exotic Fight Club. Chest out, arms to your side, wide stance. Make yourself known.
I might make it 20 seconds in the ring. I don't know. Actually, look at a couple of grizzly bears wrestling with me, and you went at it, Steve.
I've got a blank expression on my face right now. Mikey,
Mikey's just shaking his head
what are you
over
thinking
here.
over there?
We have a camera. I can turn it. I mean, if you want. It's kind of a tight arena right there, but
I mean, I've got a gimp knee. I don't know if I can do this.
When I was in the maritime world, I did do.
I don't want to know what you did.
I did a single hatch match.
yeah, with
And
your
there-
bad back will and Steve's bad knee, you're like one functioning person.
More like
half a functioning person.
More like the Cripple Fight Club.
Mikey, get in
Is that,
here.
is that more politically correct? I don't know.
I feel like you're digging yourself a hole.
I don't want to be
frantically trying to climb out. But it keeps getting deeper. There's a good shot of our backside on the sky deck right there. Hey, how you doing, folks at home? So we're hanging out here today, just taking in all the sights and the sound. I think Pete's out there starting rev battles for us and getting all the drivers to call each other out, which is I kind of like this new direction we're going with this show.
Yeah, it's like a podcast, but better.
Yeah, we need to do this at the next mall show.
Yeah, the next mall show. Well, because revving's not.
Yeah, that
not
was
allowed
the
there.
one complaint was that we didn't have enough WWE call-outs
Oh.
during the car show.
Brothers, today we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight hot and heavy on the track.
I'm gonna see you on Monday Night Raw, brother.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Yeah, new show idea. Maybe just pitch that to Bruce, see what he thinks.
Yeah, WWE racing style call-outs.
I would love to see.
No, cosmic drift style. Do drifting that way.
I was thinking micro wrestling, but
micro wrestling. Oh my God!
At
yes.
Caffeine,
We're having exotic car call-outs today, man. This is it.
This is it.
Yep, we're back.
Who's the next? Who's the next?
Are we
call-out
back
we
to
got, Pete?
Unhinged?
We're with a car owner right now, and he's calling everybody out with this baby. He's going to start it up for us.
Yeah, I'm going to start it up. I definitely are going to call everybody out because I don't like to rev, but since you're begging me to rev, I'm going to go ahead and rev the car.
Well, you're at a racetrack, so what other better place to do it?
Hey,
All right, so I'll go ahead and crank it up for you.
you'll know he's the winner if he catches Race Control's ear.
Okay.
Oh,
He can
yeah.
pop that sound meter from the parking lot.
Okay.
No revving.
That's exactly what it says, right? We're ready. And no rods through the block. How's that?
I was gonna say if you weren't awake now.
So, since
Thank you so much.
You're
since
welcome, man.
Hey, you're bringing it on track, right?
I'm going to bring it on the track.
Let's hear it. Awesome. Back to you guys.
hold up a second. Since he's calling people out, Aero Group, I know you're down there. I know you can hear me. Roll out the Hendrick cars.
Yeah, we need those time. We need those Hendrick Time Attack cars out here.
Roll out the Hendrick Time Attacks.
We need 12 cylinders.
I was just waiting for Pete to lose all the hair on his knuckles there. Getting a little close with that
You
mic.
saw someone came up behind him and warned him about the flames.
Yeah.
And pulled him back.
I heard that pop. I was just waiting for a big old flame to shoot out the back of that.
Get some marshmallows, make some s'mores.
Well, he's got my good mic down there, too.
Oh.
I thought I was your good mic.
You were the best mic.
Wait, hold up. What am I?
You're Steve.
Oh, okay.
You're good enough.
I'm just good
Your
enough.
Well,
I'm
talent.
talent A. Eat
There's
it.
There's the aero group down there.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear that Lola fire back up. That thing is.
No, I'm telling you, I want to hear the Hendrick car if it's here.
Here we are with the two that started this all. So. And he was hiding. He didn't want to go into McLaren. So your name?
Doug.
Doug. How come we got rid of the Lamborghini?
Well, the Aventador, I felt bad for my friend, and, mine was a little nice, just a little better, looked better and sounded better. And
I think he was drunk that night.
yeah, I probably was.
What brought you to the McLaren fold out of being an Italian car?
Just never owned one. I've owned Ferraris, multiple Lamborghinis, started Diablos, SVs, Roadsters, went into Gallardos, Murcielagos, and finally ended at Aventador. And just time to try something different. McLaren's it's a cool car. It's a great car.
How do you like it?
It's different. It's different. These are, the Aventador is a little heavier, wider, longer car, so it handles a little differently. McLarens are, it's a go-kart.
Who's the pup?
Oh, this is Bear. He's a Lamborghini dog, so he goes everywhere we go. He's part of our car group. Isn't that right, Bear?
I got to tell you, I didn't know about DDATL, but now that I do, I can't wait to join up with you cats.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
Pleasure talking to you. Back to you guys.
I need that dog up here right now. Right this second.
Steve's up here like puppy.
I need the dog, and I need him up here now. It's a thing we do now. It's our new thing. We have dogs come on. That's the more cars that are out here, the more dogs.
At
I've
this
noticed
point,
that.
it's like you go to a dog show and a car show might break out.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love about I love about doing the kart track is so many people bring dogs out.
Oh yeah.
For the kart races.
We used to have a track dog here, Jim that used to do run engineering. I don't know if he's still here or not.
No, he's not. Yeah, he used to have that. It was like a pit mix, I think.
No, he had a beagle at one point in time that was like the track dog. And then Jeremy Porter brought his dog out here a couple times.
He had the Golden Doodle in the office for a while.
We had a track deer once.
Yeah, we had more than once.
We've got like a family of track deer out here.
We had track raccoons. A lot of interesting track animals. Like right now, I see a track stuffed Eeyore right in front of us.
Wait, where?
Right here.
Oh, nice. Well, actually, I do have my track dog in the back of the Corolla.
What's your track dog?
I got Lucy.
The plush toy.
Yeah.
It's not an actual dog.
Well, no, it's a creature. It's a thing. Like whenever your pet dies, you send them a picture, and they send you this creepy, lifelike recreation of it.
Oh, that was the one that was in the office?
Yeah.
Oh, that thing's creepy.
She was the track dog.
Wait,
for
that's
like
from
4
a
years.
real dog?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, full disclosure, it was my sister's dog, and then someone randomly sent this to her like 3 weeks after her dog passed away. She has no clue who gave it to her. She couldn't look at it, threw it in the closet. And the next time I was visiting, she said, "Hey, do you want to take Lucy home with you?" I don't want her. So I literally brought her to the track, and she sat at the track for about 4 years.
I forget about that.
And every about 3 months, she'd get a new hat. She was Captain Sparrow for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
She had a race control headset on for a little while.
Oh, that's fun.
And so finally, when my old boss moved on, because I put it in her office as a joke.
Yeah.
And it just stayed there for 4 years.
Talking about Jan, right?
Yeah, it stayed there for about 4 years. And so when she moved on, Lucy finally got to come home.
Oh, okay.
But she's just been chilling in the backseat of my car. So
I did have a stuffed Scooby-Doo that I got when I was like a toddler that was in my car because my grandparents are moving. And I didn't realize that it was still at their house. And we're going through boxes, and I'm like, oh, my God, it's my stuffed Scooby-Doo. This thing's massive. It's like life-size Great Dane. It's from the mid-'90s. The Cartoon Network had the Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo Warner Brothers whole thing right before the first movie came out. So it was like 99, 2000, something like that. But they were doing a lot of the promotional stuff.
Oh,
and
nice.
We found one of the big stuffed Scooby-Doos that they had. And it's old. Stuffing's ripped out of it. I'm going to stitch it back up, and eventually when I have kids, they'll have a giant stuffed Scooby-Doo.
Well, so the story with Lucy right now that I've got a kid, my in-laws actually got a dog that is almost the exact same type of dog that Lucy was. And they named her Lucy.
Oh, jeez.
And they didn't even know the story about my sister's dog. And I've got a 2-year-old, so when he goes to visit his grandparents, he knows Lucy. So when I brought Lucy home, the first thing he said was, Lucy. And I took a video of it and sent it to my sister because I've been trolling her ever since I got the dog. So
That's messed
the
up,
4
man.
years, the 4 years that the dog was at the track, every time, I'd put him out on track, take a fun picture of it, or every time we change its outfit. And, my sister's a good sport with it. So it's a lot of fun.
Speaking of things at the track that, usually aren't at a racetrack, we got Smokehouse Q down here.
Yes, we do. And I know you've been up here salivating every time.
Oh, dude, I can
every time
smell
the
it.
wind blows
I
in this
can
direction.
smell it.
Seems like racetrack food.
That's a thing. So, Liberty Racing Review, we used to do this thing called Papa Biscuits, a.k.a. Reed. We used to do Papa Biscuits track food review, and we would rate it based off of our favorite drivers. So, our favorite driver is Bubba Pollard, Augie Grill, Jimmy Johnson, and there was another driver that we had at one point in time. But we would rate it on a Bubba Pollard scale for the best. And Augie Grill is like second best. Jimmy Johnson is the third because we're talking short track drivers. And the Bubba Pollard rating for like track hamburgers, 5 Flags is like our top because the honey bun burger, you can't beat that. That's something that we don't really see at a lot of tracks anymore is like creative food ideas.
You haven't been to Parma down in Buford, have you?
Where's
they
that
got
at?
They got that Krispy Kreme burger. It's over near the Mall of Georgia.
Hold up, what?
Yeah, it's a burger with 2 Krispy Kreme donuts as the buns.
I know where we're going.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's So Long Wang.
Is this in Duluth or
No,
is
it's
this
in Buford. It's
Buford?
yeah, it's called Parma. You definitely need to check it
Okay,
out.
all right, definitely need to. I haven't been down
They
there
are
in a while.
not a paid sponsor.
No, they're not.
I'm just fat.
Well, it looks like Pete's got someone slow. Let's interrupt the food talk here. Pete, who you got?
Who am I speaking with today?
My name is Parker Bowen.
Parker, tell us about your Viper.
So it's a 2015 Viper. I just did a 9-liter stroker engine with an F1X Pro Charger. So I'm out just tuning, getting dialed in right now. But it's a lot of fun. Ever since I was in like kindergarten, I've wanted a Viper. So I used to draw little pictures of one. So I'm like, this is my dream car. So now that I've got it, I'm just enjoying it. So,
Who did the stroker kit?
So our shop did. It's Fast Lane Performance. We're out of Austell, Georgia now. So we did the 9-liter, the F1X. It's got a fuel system, an aftermarket computer system on it. So that's who did the installation.
Okay, and what's it putting out to the wheels?
Haven't dynoed it yet on this setup. It should be right around 1350, maybe might touch 1400. We got to find out and see.
You do open road events or?
So a little bit of everything. So even though it's crazily built because it is a shop car, we got to advertise. I've been on AMP before. I love doing autocross with it. A little bit of everything. I want to get into some half-mile racing is what I want to do with the car, though.
Yeah, it's so hard to find today, too, around here.
Yeah, it's hard to find now because now they do it out west from my understanding.
After the accident in Heaven Gates a couple of years ago, they sort of ended that, and that just was so disappointing.
Yeah, it was. It was very unfortunate. I think a guy had a CTSV and had a pretty bad wreck, if I remember right.
True, and then even in NOLA, I think a Godzilla lost it, and a guy lost his life at that one.
Oh, wow. Well, that's for that safety equipment, and it's kind of a risk you take, but safety equipment is really important for that, though.
No doubt about it. So, any other Vipers in the stable?
No, this is the only Viper in the stable, so I've got a couple other vehicles, but this is by far the craziest one that I have.
It's hard to believe that when these came out, they almost flopped.
It's crazy to think this is a 2015 Viper. In 2015, you can walk in the dealer, buy this, a Hellcat Challenger. You can go buy a Corvette Z06, and these are what I guess you can call went discontinued. That's crazy to me. So.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm a Viper owner myself, and I was a zone director for Viper. And I just can't believe they just stopped making these things.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. To me, this is like the coolest 2-door American sports car that's ever been made. I'm a little biased, but that's what I think.
It is. Well, thanks for bringing it to us today, and you're going on track with us later on?
Yeah, I'll go on the track a little bit.
Right. I'm going to be the one in front, so.
Easy enough. Okay.
Thanks again.
Thanks. Nice talking to you.
Great color, too.
Thank you. It's orange, so not orange, not yellow. They called it orange. Orange.
So your shop is?
It's Fast Lane Performance. We do a lot of late model American muscle cars, Camaros, Corvettes, Challengers, Chargers, Vipers, stuff like that.
Very good. And you're in Austell?
Yeah, we're in Austell, Georgia.
Look for them, folks. Back to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
Yorange. I'm going to steal that.
Yorange?
Yeah, it's like a yellow-orange. Yorange.
Yorange?
Yeah, I don't got anything for that.
Yeah, I don't either. Mikey, you got anything
You
else
literally
for
just
that?
said it was Yorange.
Yorange?
Don't make it seem like I'm the bad guy.
No,
you guys
I
talked
just-
about Scooby-Doo and burgers for like 10 minutes.
I'm just paid to make terrible jokes up here. I couldn't think of a good pun to go with that.
Yeah, I couldn't either. Yorange.
I'm just surprised it took Pete this long to get to a Viper. Usually that's the first thing he goes to.
Orange.
There's not a bigger Mopar guy out here, I think, than Pete. Got the Demon and he's got the Viper.
See, I don't know.
And Pete's going to be leading. He'll be leading the lead follow too. So have that beautiful blue Viper.
Speaking of Mopar, for some odd reason, every time I've bought any Mopar product, it's been terrible luck.
Well, that's because you're not getting the fun Mopars. See, I've had SRTs. I've had the Jeep and the Daytona Charger, and they were both a ton of fun until it got time to do tires and brakes.
Oh yeah, that's where it gets expensive.
Yeah, then we just sold them. On to the next.
All right. I guess we're gonna buy a Corolla.
Well, that happened after I had a kid.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even know what you're going to be downgrading to because you have a Corolla. So when you have a kid,
Steve's gonna be riding a bike.
yeah,
Rolls up in
a horse and buggy.
Rolls up in the hardest Amish buggy you can think. Blasting Amish paradise out of some 12-inch subs out the back.
No more Corolla talk, guys. we're stopping that for today. Who are we with today?
CJ.
CJ, what'd you bring us?
2015 Lexus RCF.
It didn't sound like a stock car when it rolled in here.
No, it's not.
Tell us about it.
So it has GT house mid-pipe titanium mufflers as well. It also has a stage 2 tune. So I'm about 520.
At the wheels?
At the wheels.
Oh, nice. You drive it daily?
Yes, in my daily car.
That's what I like to hear. Tell us more about it.
So this is the carbon fiber package. So it has the carbon roof, carbon wing, carbon extensions, carbon fenders, as well as carbon and Alcantara on the inside, full gray, and perforated leather on the inside as well. So it's the highest trim that you can get for the RCF.
Let's hear this thing. I heard it roll in, but since we're having a bake-off here, let's hear what it sounds like.
All right, let's go.
We got a little bit of everything today, Will. Ooh, that's got a nice sound to it. What do you think of that, guys?
I think that sounds better.
That sounds really good.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, thank you.
It really does. That's not naturally aspirated?
Yeah, NA all the way. I'm thinking about supercharging it by next year. So it'll be right around 750 with the supercharger.
Well, thanks for bringing it. You going to bring it on track a little bit?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I definitely want to.
All right, we'll see you then. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
And speaking of going on track, we're going to be doing that drivers meeting up here in about 10 minutes. It's 10:33 right now. I know I said 12:30, but
12:33, not 10:33.
12:33. I'm slightly dyslexic. About 10 minutes.
That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, we'll get all the
drivers meeting in 10 minutes up here on the sky deck.
We'll get everybody up on the sky deck, and we'll do some quick guidelines and rules. Once we hit the 1 o'clock hour, the track will shut down for lunch, so that's our time to get out there and do some parade laps. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If y'all can hear me, all drivers, in about 10 minutes, come meet me up here in the sky deck, and we're going to do a drivers meeting. Unless Pete's walking towards you, don't.
Yeah. If Pete's walking towards you, then
stop and do an interview.
We need to find one of these Maserati owners here, man. We got 2 MC20s on the property, but I can't find anyone. I really don't want to go in their car.
No, I could be wrong, but I think I just saw Dawson County Sheriff's Department walking down there. They're looking for the guy that was, incriminating himself earlier.
Which one?
Yeah, which one? No names.
Which talent? Oh, that sounds like something
Aero
over
Group.
at Aero Garage.
That got really loud.
Yeah,
and really
Pete, you need to
quiet.
make your way over here to the Aero Garage. Let's see what's
cooking over there.
See what's going on.
Sounds like a race car.
Well, we've got that SR3 on track right now in that beautiful Gulf livery. And they're turning laps on the short course right now as we got Autocross almost wrapped up on the back side of the track. We got that Thunder Loop course set up going on right now.
That was fun to set up, but we did a lot of questionable things setting that up.
So who you got down there, Pete?
Who am I speaking with today?
Stephen Moore.
Steven, tell us what you got.
GT40, 1966, self-built, chassis, body, everything, motor and all.
So it wasn't a kit; it was all yours.
No, I built the whole thing from scratch, and it's making about 800 at the wheels, twin turbo setup. Everybody didn't like that since it's a traditional car, but I could, so I did.
Well, if you built it, it is what it is. It looks fiberglass to me, but is it?
It is absolutely fiberglass. The chassis is just tubular steel. It's smaller turbos to wind up faster, but yeah. It made 12 on the dyno, but that hurt my gearbox, so I got another one on the way. So, yeah.
What kind of gearbox are you using in it?
Right now it's a Porsche G50 flipped upside down, but I'm going to a straight cut Fortin 5H pattern. They're building it now. Once I get it, then I'll stick it in there, and I'll go back to about 12 to 1,300 horsepower, and it weighs 1,800 pounds, so it was purpose-built.
What do you do with it?
Just drive it around.
No competition, no open road events, nothing like that?
I've taken it to a few track days kind of stuff, but nothing. No, just drive it, enjoy it, listen to those turbos in my back ears, that kind of thing.
Can you pop that, tilt that backwards?
Yeah. So as you can see, it's a 347, motor around 6, and it's on 8 pounds, making 800 at the wheels. Right now, once I get that gearbox, I'll go back to 1,200 horsepower or so, and it's 1,800 pounds, so it's fun.
You're going to stick with the blow-through carburetor?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a drag race guy anyway, so that's my cup of tea. Maybe it's a little older to some of the fuel injection guys, but I can do the same thing they can do with that all day.
I was staggered when I saw that through the little window there. I'm like, wow, a man after my own heart.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, like I said, I started drag racing, then got into street racing, and I just evolved. So I just use what I know.
Well, it's like through the years, things happen to us as we get older. We go into different things. I started street racing, went into road racing. Now I'm drag racing. Now I'm back to track events.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all fun.
Adapt or die, one or the other.
Yeah, exactly. But it's fun. Everybody's stuff I love. I mean, everybody's got a little flavor on everything, right?
Yeah, that's the best part about it. I love these events where there's so many ideas to get, just from walking from one car to another, even at the regular Caffeine and Octane events. The ingenuity and the problem solving that some of these folks come up with is just amazing.
It's great.
I saw this was at the regular event at the town center last week, right?
It was. Yeah, I was there, and a friend Mike, I was with him at the moment, at the time when y'all walked through. But yeah, it's fun.
It's a beauty. It's back in the day, I remember reading Shelby had a problem with the flip going backwards, and Hallman Moody wanted it. I guess they overruled, and they were the guys that made that happen, correct?
They did, and my dad was an engineer on that team, Dino. Back in the 60s, that's my old man. So yeah, he's long gone now, but all those guys are crazy, and they taught us a lot of things.
No doubt about it. Well, thank you so much for bringing it here. It looks like a wild ride. You bringing it out today?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
I mean, going to bring it out on the track?
I might take it out there. Yeah, I might.
All right. Let's look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome. Back to you guys, Will.
All right, thank you, Pete. And it looks like we got most folks starting to make their way up here.
Yeah, it's about time for our driver's meeting again. We got about 2 minutes, so 2-minute warning on our driver's meeting up here on the Sky Deck. All drivers that are participating in today's events.
If you want to do the parade laps, and we're not doing, this is not super fast driving, so if you're not going to be tearing your cars up too hard if you don't have the right tires on it today.
Oh, yeah.
We're just letting you guys get out there, see the track, see the layout. You can see, you can see about half the track here from the building, but there's a lot you can't see, and watching it on the drone, on the video, just doesn't do it justice. And so we got all these beautiful cars out here. Might as well get them on track. We'll get some footage with the drones. We'll have some fun stuff for you guys to look at later. And it's, nothing beats just getting to get out on track. But we'll be doing some lower speed stuff, so it doesn't matter what you're in. Hop in a line, and once we get everybody up here, we will do that driver's meeting. But another great shot of the parking lot out here. All these beautiful exotic cars here at Atlanta Motorsports Park.
I like the fact that we have the big screen today.
Yeah, no, anytime we get the LED truck, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm surprised that this paddock cleared out as fast as it did yesterday with all the
those
drivers.
haulers, yeah.
All the haulers that were in the. Figured at least one or two of them would have at least camped out.
Well, with what we got going on here, you don't need to camp out for too much longer. We got those condos on sale right now. You can see phases 1 through 3 over there on the right side of your screen. Those are all sold out right now. Might be a couple of them for sale, but they're not for sale by us. They're all privately owned.
Well, there's two of them that are open back there.
There's a couple of Airbnbs. I see some guys got the windows open over there right now.
I don't know if
probably
that's the
hanging out.
Airbnb one or if that's the.
But we've got the new phase of Circuit Villas are going on sale right now, and those are going to be on track over by the carousel. So they're going to be up there around the water tower. They're going to be on the outside of the track, but they're going to be in between the two tracks, so in between the main track and the go-kart track. And check this out. We got a little pupper up here on screen.
He's like, give me dad, give me dad, give me dad.
I like his Lamborghini his Lamborghini vest.
See if you could have an exhaust noise from that pup there, Will.
Exhaust noise from the pup?
Yeah, we're having a call out.
He wants to go back to dad, so I'm going to hand him back off.
we got one of the oldest cars on the field here today.
Yeah, who you got down there, Pete?
Who am I speaking with?
Yep, Mike Teese.
Mike, tell us about your 356B.
I say a 62. There might be one older. I'm not sure about the 100. Might be older. Yeah, but I found this in a private airport about 5 years ago. The guy had bought it in '85, and he put a 1750 engine in it and used it for his vacation car with his wife. Took it all over the West Coast, from Mexico to Canada, from Denver to the coast. And he passed away, and his son sold it to me.
How long have you had it?
About 5 years now.
Yep. And any restoration work or?
The only thing that's not original on it is, the 1750 crate engine and the paint. Everything else is authentic right from the beginning. Even the radio works.
And is it a Becker?
It came with short wave.
Oh, wow, with the short wave. That's hard to do.
Yeah. But she's my baby. My wife named it Sylvie. How creative is that? But it's a Concord winner. We've had it on a track, had it up at the Midi.
You said 17. Is that a VW 1750 or is that a Porsche?
Oh, no, it's all authentic.
It's all Porsche?
Yeah, all Porsche. Yeah. No, it's the 1750 really adds a little bit of juice, particularly off the lights. And I took it on a tour with PCA. We took it from Gateway and Cumming up to Blue Ridge for lunch. And it was the only air-cooled car there. And I was a sweep. I was afraid I was going to hold him back. It beat him in the corners.
Only air-cooled. That's kind of sad.
And the straightaways, of course, I didn't keep up with the supercars, but she holds her own. Top end maybe 100, 110.
Yeah, but it's the thrill of this. Yeah.
The driving experience is completely authentic, totally analog, of course.
You're a tall man, so one of the things when I saw a lot of Porsches, people ask me, they're like, wow, will I fit in it? And the original Porsche edict by Dr. Porsche was a 6'4" man at that time, weighing 250 pounds, and that was in 1940s.
Yeah, no, I've never had any trouble fitting in a Porsche.
Thank you so much. It's a gorgeous.
On the other hand, is a problem.
What's that?
Lotus can be a problem, but the Porsches are great.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thank you for bringing it here today. We appreciate it.
I need your card.
Back to you guys, Will.
Well, Will is doing the drivers meeting right now, so we'll stay kind of quiet, Steve.
Yeah, we'll kind of sit here and discuss how this drivers meeting is going. Decent amount of drivers up here. Will's given a very descriptive explanation of how we're going to go out on the track today.
there? Still up?
We are taking a short little hiatus so Will can do this driver's meeting right here.
We've got one last car before the track event. Can we get him in?
Go ahead, Pete.
All right. Who am I speaking with today?
I'm Brian with Scalar Performance.
Brian, tell us about what you're doing.
So we've got the electric race car here. It's the only all-electric right now that's running more than 30 minutes outside of Formula E. And it's the only thing right now in North America sanctioned for wheel-to-wheel with combustion. So it runs in the NASA Super Touring Series against combustion cars. Very much a development car and developed here at Atlanta Motorsport Park. So most people who have seen it will have seen it here at Atlanta Motorsport Park or when we race it with NASA Super Touring. We also have a Porsche 911 here, the 89, which is also all electric. So both cars are rather unique.
Yeah, they certainly are. Now, to convert a car to electricity like the 911, how much work does that entail?
Oh, all the conversion things are very bespoke and a lot of work. The 911 uses a Model 3 motor, so it makes about 300 horse now compared to the stock 180, and a little bit more front weight bias and slightly less weight actually than factory. So it's really fun to drive. And the electric car is 460 wheel horse, the race car, and it weighs 3,100 pounds, so very similar weight to the cars it's racing against. Now, general racecraft and also all the charging stuff that would go in an electric car are not in this car. They're on a charge cart, so we're able to make it behave like a mid-engine sports car.
They're not having any issues with safety or anything like that for the crews?
Oh, safety is one of the things we get asked about the most. Even tracks like VIR, which have said no to EVs, have let us run once they understand the safety we've engineered into the car. So, you know, engineered for motorsport means that we've been able to build the safety in that they require.
If people want to get a hold of you, where do they do it?
At Scalar Performance on any of the socials is the easiest way.
I know you got a truck to meet, so thanks for talking with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Pete. And we are about 15 minutes away from getting these parade laps underway. Just got word that Autocross is almost wrapped up, so we've got about 15 to 20 minutes before they get the course clear. So in about 15 minutes, we'll give the call for everybody to go ahead and start making their way on pit road. But we got about 15 minutes left before we get lined up and ready to go for parade laps. Just got that driver's meeting done. If you did not hear anything or do you not catch it, come up here and I'll give a brief one before I head down there.
Very quick, very brief.
But we're going to have Pete Manzolillo. He's going to hop in that beautiful blue Viper. He's going to be one of our leaders. We also got TJ coming out there. He's going to be in his Porsche leading one of the groups. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it was one of the highlights of last year's event, just seeing all the line of cars going around the track.
Yeah, we had quite a few last year.
Yeah, and last year, you know, normally we do the rides to remember out here. It's the only other time of the year we get to see that many exotics on track at one time. And they decided to do that event down at Ferrari of Atlanta last year, so we missed out on them. So Caffeine and Exotics was it for us last year, but fortunately those guys at Ferrari of Atlanta, they brought the event back here this year, and it was a big success. That was back in September. And always fun when you get about 400 cars here just doing laps on track, everything from police cars, exotics.
Wasn't that also on a race day, a kart race day?
I believe so, yeah. They were up here.
There was a lot of people here that day.
That was the doubleheader weekend, actually.
Got the last car of the day, Will.
What you got, Pete? Save the best for last?
My name is Doug Shaddix.
Doug, you have an E-Ray. Tell us about it.
Well, there's not too many of them around. I had to wait forever for them to build it. They didn't get around to building the things until May, and they built 500. So they may build 20,000 next year, but I've got one of the first all-wheel drive hybrid electrified Corvettes. It'll take off like a shot.
I was at LS Fest a couple of weeks ago in Bowling Green, and the fast time of the day, the top 5 cars, most of them were LS-powered Mazdas and an E-Ray.
And an E-Ray, yeah.
And watching it on course, it didn't look that fast, but when it came out of the corner, it was something.
Well, when I launched it out onto your course at Lanier, it did 2.4, 0 to 16, 2.4, is what the computer told me. So that's pretty cool. Now, all these guys here would pass me in the half a mile, but I'll have them looking back if I took off at a drag strip.
This is a hybrid power, not plug-in, correct?
That's right. It's a quote hybrid, but you don't plug it in; it regenerates itself. Yeah, that's what runs the all-wheel drive.
Can you feel the front-wheel drive effect? Does it have any torque steer at all?
Only when you launch. Only when you take off, there's no squeal. There's no. Otherwise, you can't really tell unless you're watching the little video screen, where half of it will tell you what the electric motor's doing and half of it tells you what the other motor's doing. And so if you're going up a hill, it looks like the electric motor's kicking in. It'll jump from 5 to 15 to 35 horses pulling you uphill, and then you get up the hill and start coasting down another side, and everything changes colors and starts regenerating itself, and it shows you how much gas you're saving coasting with not using the gas going down the other side of the hill. It's a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, I had a C8 for exactly 8 days in 2020, and the dealer bought it back off me at a sizable profit, so I couldn't say no. But we're negotiating for a new one right now, and an E-Ray is certainly on my radar.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and I'm having a great time driving it. But if anybody wants to offer a stupid amount of money, let's talk.
Well, pleasure meeting you. Thanks for bringing it, and you're gonna bring it on the track.
Let's do it.
I'll see you in a little bit. Back to you, Will. I think that's our last one today. I'm getting ready to jump in.
All right, thank you, Pete.
Well, we got about 8 minutes to knock off the schedule.
Yes, we do. Sorry, I was just reading a text message, got me a little off kilter there. I am a single core processor. I cannot multitask.
No. Is there a core processor or no? Are you Intel?
Might be. But right now we are getting these cars ready to go. About 8 minutes to go in the show here.
So with that being said, is that like our normal cue to queue up how we usually close out our shows?
Usually we do it, very controversially.
Yes,
we'll
usually.
pick a couple topics to talk about, but I don't think we're going to do that today. This is it's just a nice Sunday morning, Steve.
It is very nice.
Why do we got to incite more riots than what Pete's already been doing down
I'm
there?
going to start a riot in a second when I'm like, hey, go Yankees, because beat Cleveland
I
last
did want
night.
to shout out on the YouTube.
We were really close to that rail, Steve. What are you doing, Steve? Stop.
Oh, no. I could say some terrible joke right now, but I thank you, Beyonce.
Oh, he was a Yankees fan. What were you saying, Mikey?
That's all right.
Just enjoying the show.
No, you were saying something about our comments.
Well, because we were just talking about the whole calling people out.
I will have some for you.
YouTube comments, we have Matthew Norton that with a great suggestion: go to downforce battles.
Yeah, go to downforce battles.
That's a perfect place to duke it out. Or on the time trial stuff, time attack.
Time attack's fun.
Yeah, give him one.
That was a quick flyby in that radical with that Gulf library.
He's been pushing it all day.
He is. He's been offering ride-alongs to the guys here at the show, so that might be why.
Yeah, I think he's only done a couple.
Well, he came up here and was like, do any of you guys want to go on a ride-along? And I just don't know if any of us are going to squeeze into that.
I've gotten into one of those before. They're very tight fit. The two-seaters.
Two-seater,
Is that an SR1 or an SR3? I can't tell.
Oh, that's SR3.
Oh, okay. I could fit in an SR3. The SR1 was very tight.
Well, no, that's a two-seater, so you would have a struggle on that. We're more single-seater or center seat kind of guys.
Okay. Because in the SR1, when we did a Clean Culture a couple of years ago, when I was still working here, I crawled into that one and we rode it through the old parking lot at Turner Field.
Probably about 10 minutes. Yes. And I'm going to go down there and help release.
Get another great view of that. I think he said it was an E-Corvette. Is that right, Mikey?
E-Ray.
E-Ray. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. He's taking an American muscle car and kind of making it electric. I mean, that's something.
It's a hybrid system, so it still has a petrol motor.
Oh, okay, so it's still combustion engine.
Yeah, so the electric motor just helps with the start and,
Okay.
Kind of almost like a modern F1 car.
Oh, okay.
They use the hybrid and the normal combustion engine.
Well, there was one that was it. I want to say it was for Le Mans or Petit, where they had the electric starter.
Oh yeah, that's almost all the.
That's basically what that is. Okay.
Same thing.
Okay.
All right. Quick announcement to everybody in the paddock. We're about 5 minutes away, so don't pull out on pit road yet. It is still a hot track right now. It is hot pits. I also want to reiterate to any spectators that are on site today, you cannot walk on the hot pits. So once we start these parade laps, you will need to stay on this side of the Armco. So you're not going to be allowed to walk out into pit road and get up on the fence. You'll have to stay on this side of the Armco, though. Not bad views from up here on the balcony.
Oh, no, you get some great views. Sky Deck's a wonderful place to view. Go to the corner over there right below the green flag, right below race control, You can see a lot of the track from that vantage point, or even on the ground. You can walk out down towards turn 1.
You'll have arguably a better view up here than you will on the hot pits anyways.
Oh,
so
yeah,
might as well
100%.
just come up here.
Yeah, 100%. You get a better viewing area.
But we will make that call in about 5 minutes, so we need all drivers just sit there patiently, listen to us. We will make the call here momentarily and let you guys out there, but just hang tight as we are getting our lead follow guys set up. We're also waiting for the track to go cold right now because it is still a hot track. It is member time right now, so if
all right.
Yeah, I'll shamelessly plug right now. If you want to be able to get on track more and drive at speed, we are a membership club, and you can get a membership, get as much track time as you want, pretty much. Just depends on what level of membership you go with.
It's fun.
It is fun. And normally we've got the full track open. Sometimes we'll close it down to just a short track because like today we're doing the Autocross and Time Attack event, and that is free for all our members to come out and participate in. We also have a member racing series that we do. We were out here yesterday covering the season finale for the Downforce division. We had the season opener for the Moonshine series as well. We had all the legends and bandos out here. And that's all part of our club racing series here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. And if you're not into racing, you just want to drive, membership time is the best time to come out here and check it out.
Or if you just want to spectate.
Yeah, or just spectate. I mean, usually when we have about every other weekend, we'll have member days because it's a mixture between private rentals and member days. But the top level membership, they get about 180 track days a year. So, the big thing is the convenience. That's why you get that membership. And so you can really come out on your own time. You don't have to worry about other cars out there because, let's face it, a lot of guys don't have as much track experience as they'd like to admit. And the beautiful thing here at Atlanta Motorsports Park is we are an educational track. We are the kind of facility that you come out here, you can learn, you can get your bearings. And to be honest, it's just fun to drive out here.
Now, for example, on the educational side, we've got a couple drivers that started here and are now winning national level championships.
Yes.
Oh, gosh, I've lost his name. It's not Eric, is it?
Erickson? Or no, you're talking about Evans. Eric Evans, yeah.
Yes.
Eric he's Evans. One of them. Noah Ping was out here. We've had several drivers that have gone on.
Lindsey Brewer's been out here.
Now, a lot of these guys were racers to begin with. I mean, we're talking,
very young when they started coming out here.
Yeah, I mean, most of the folks here today I don't think are 14 or 15.
No.
But, if you're pushing 30, 40, and
there's still
want
hope.
to get, and you want to get started out here. We've got a lot of the guys that run our the SR race series. They're in their 40s and 50s, and they got started later in life. And that's the fun thing about club racing is we're just here to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
If you are on that path and you want to be the next, Lewis Hamilton, you can come race with us. It's a good stepping stone. If you just want to come out here and race and just have a good time, it's also a good series to get involved in. Or if you just want to come drive.
Yeah.
A lot of networking opportunities out here. We've also got the facilities as well. We've got the swimming pool. We've got the gym. Just a general, if the golf course, if the golf course is not your cup of tea,
you'd much rather,
you'd much rather be here at the racetrack. We're the only country club in the state of Georgia that actually owns their own racetrack.
We also encourage speeding here.
Yes, we do.
We encourage the racing. We encourage speeding, but only on the track.
That was actually one of my favorite marketing campaigns we ran here. We actually bought a couple billboards and put "We encourage speeding."
Well, my favorite one is "I left skid marks at Atlanta Motorsports
Yeah, that
Park."
one was a good one too.
That was during the drift event.
I'm just surprised we didn't get any calls from any local sheriffs when we were running those billboards. But we did that it was all leading up to our first Amped Up event that we had last year, and that was a ton of fun. And the whole message of it was off the streets.
Yeah.
You can speed because we're on a racetrack.
We
you go
brought
as fast
out
as you want.
We brought out Dawson County Sheriff's Office. They did chases. They did live demonstrations. They blew some stuff up. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, when they threw that flashbang, that was kind of cool. And they had the police dog do a takedown out here. That was pretty fun.
That was cool. There was a lot of people out here. Last one was very eventful as well.
Yeah, we basically had a Cat 5 hurricane come through here.
It was a Cat 5 hurricane.
It felt like it. I thought the building was going to lift off during that event.
Man, it got crazy there for about 30 minutes.
I mean, the first 30 minutes of the event was great. It was nice and sunny. I had no idea that system was coming in, and then we just got absolutely poured
it
on.
always happens when Liberty Racing Review brings out a dirt late model.
Yeah, I think you brought the weather.
We bring out the supers, it's going to rain. And that's what happened. We brought out Casey Clark's late model, and immediately, as soon as he fired it up, all the attention went to our corner over there. And we had hundreds of people around that car. And we noticed the rain coming in, and he was like, I don't know if I want to load it up yet. And then he saw the lightning in the distance. He was like, okay, time to load it up. And he fired it up again, and about that time is when it started raining.
Oh, dang.
We got it in the hauler just in time. And I'm talking just in time.
Well, right now we are 1 o'clock, so the track should be cold. So once we see, yep, there goes that Radical. So he is off track now. So all drivers, if you can hear me, I know Pete's heading down there to get in his Viper. We're going to go ahead and start making your way onto pit road. I don't know if we get somebody to move those cones over there so we can open up that exit, but please form a nice single file line down pit road. Stay in the pit boxes if you can. And I am going to actually head down there to help orchestrate things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and sign off here up in the booth, but we're going to leave the drone up in the air so that way you guys at home can see some of the cars flying around while we're doing these parade laps. But it's been another fun show here, Steve. I know it's been a little bit of a short one. Normally we're doing this for about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, normally we're partying.
But these, Caffeine Exotics scheduled to go from 11 to 1, so 2-hour show. I think that's right about the perfect time to do one of these. Great. Couldn't have asked for better weather here today.
Oh, yeah. It started off kind of chilly, but now it's nice and toasty. It's 72 degrees.
Yeah, you're always rolling the dice when you do these things in October and November, but I think we got real fortunate, just like we did last year. So, But it's been a lot of fun. And I guess from myself, Will Rigdon, Stephen Newbold up here in the booth, Michael Lemon Drop Lane on the computer, and Pete Manzolillo down there walking around the paddock. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in. We appreciate all the drivers for showing up today. It's been another great Caffeine and Exotics. Hopefully we'll be out here again doing this next year. And with that, we're just going to leave the drone up, and we will see you guys next time. So long, everybody.